Hey guys, I'm back and we are playing our Rogue Company. Today we're going to be doing a big ball up bundle stream where we check out the ViVi Starter Pack bundle that they added with the Cyber Summer event. With this event and update, they have officially added a new rogue, ViVi, and in your platform's storefront, you can now officially buy the starter pack that will instantly unlock her as an operator and give you a nice little outfit for her, and also a secondary weapon wrap. Let's go ahead and check out the items and then check out the rogue and then play a few games. So for the first item, the smaller item of the bundle, it's the black and gold, a rare secondary wrap. It's a camo that you can apply to any of your secondary weapons. So yeah, that's the camo you get with the bundle. Then the other item is the Silent Saboteur ViVi, a rare outfit. This is the additional outfit that you get for her from the bundle. It can actually be bought individually if you don't want to buy the starter pack with Rogue Bucks or reputation points. I believe it's 30,000 reputation points currently. I don't know if it'll change or anything like that. I'm not sure. But if you buy the starter pack, you do need to pay cash. So individually, you can buy it with the Rogue Bucks or reputation points. The starter pack needs to be paid with cash. And then the big item for the starter pack is the instant unlock on ViVi. It obviously gives you the default outfit for her also. And then obviously the full unlock of the character to use as you please. This is ViVi's bio. I'm not going to go reading through it, but she is now a support character for the rogue lineup. Her abilities and perks reflect her support nature, I guess. She's got a rock star background. Her ability is Stage Presence, which amps up ViVi and nearby allies with speed and healing for 10 seconds. I believe it's also got like a 20-meter radius at the moment, so the teammates need to be within your range when you activate the Stage Presence to give them the benefits. Otherwise, if they're out of range, they don't get any benefits. And then her passive is Smooth Moves. While sprinting, activate your dodge will cause you to power slide. You can fire your weapon while sliding. Her primary weapon is a new weapon, the Dual Boyas. It's an SMG, dual-wielding SMG. And her alternate gun is an assault rifle, the Riptide. So she has the SMG line and the assault rifle line. If you've mastered any of those weapons, you can alternate them. Secondary is the LW6 revolver, and her melee weapon is the baseball bat. Gadgets are the regeneration field and the EMP grenade. Regeneration, obviously very useful for a support character to have that, as well as the EMP also. So definitely both the gadgets fitting her role as a support character. This is her perk options: Evade, Berserker, Tracker Rounds, Stalker, Lifeline, Helping Hand, Nimble Hands, and Gadgeteer. These are the mastery rewards and levels for her. Level 1 is the spray, avatar for 2, emote, banner, border, animated avatar, animated banner, skilled ViVi rare outfit, master ViVi epic outfit, and then the Rockstar epic title. So yeah. This is the outfit that you get from the bundle, the Silent Saboteur ViVi. Let's go ahead and rotate it around and get a closer look. Like I said, both the unlock for ViVi and the Silent Saboteur rare outfit can be bought individually with Rogue Bucks or Reputation if you don't want to go the starter pack route. There is a free option with the Reputation points for both. I've mentioned this before in previous streams of these starter pack things, but just be aware, at least in the past, if you buy these outfits before you unlock the operator, that does not instantly unlock the operator. So the unlock for the operator is separate from the outfits. So if you want access to the operator at all times, make sure you unlock her first. And then focus on kitting her out with different outfits. All right, hopefully jump in now. Take two. First game was a warm-up. As always. No, don't put, no. If this is a game in progress too far gone, I'm just gonna quit. We'll back out. Dude, the round didn't even start and they've reduced a life for me to join in progress. The join in progress thing is absolutely one of the worst features in this game, dude.
We have control of the objective. Defend it. Capture it. We've captured the objective.
Come to me, man. Where are you going?
Better things to do.
Guess I owe you one.
Enemies have the objective. No! Enemy spotted! We have 5 lives left. Objective acquired. Defend it. I have better things to do. Help me up. No! The enemies have 5 reinforcements remaining.
It's nothing. Get me help.
We're out of lives. We've lost the objective. Help!
Dude, how did we lose, man? So many lives so quickly. Oh, it's probably progress. Dude, these games in progress are just absolutely the worst.
We've been wiped out. Regroup and try again. Match point for the enemies.
I mean, we could win still. There is a chance. It's not a complete loss, but...
Utility out.
Enemies have control of the objective.
Push, man.
Control of the objective. Enemies have control of the objective. Capture it.
Does enemies even know? Like teammates know, like when you give them the...
To be honest,
Objective acquired. Enemies have the objective. Get it back. Over here
come on, buddy. Shake it off.
Objective acquired. Defend it.
Need help.
Five resources remaining. Objective acquired. Defend it. Supplying utility. We've lost the objective.
They're all down. What the fuck? I'm gonna wait for...
Help me up. Enemy spotted!
Enemies we only have 5 reinforcements remaining. Objective secured.
Get over here and help!
I'm down.
Enemy spotted.
I'm down.
Enemies have the objective.
Deploying utility.
Enemies eliminated. That's what I like to see.
I have better things to do. Stop touching.
Enemies are on match point.
Oi.
I gotta be honest. I lost count.
Enemies have 5 lives left. Keep up the pressure. We only have 5 reinforcements. Objective lost. Let's get it back.
Corner!
Utility out.
Objective secured. Enemies are out of reinforcements.
I'm down.
Better things to do! Enemy spotted!
Enemies have been wiped out. Nicely done.
Dude, pick me up, man. I fucking picked your ass up.
All in. Objective lost.
Utility out.
Okay. Corner!
Lethal out.
Deploying utility! You are an embarrassment!
Awesome.
Objective acquired. Defend it.
Behind us!
Oh,
Enemy spotted! Go here!
Objective lost. Let's get it back.
Music to my ears!
Utility out.
We have control of the objective. Defend it.
Utility out.
Objective lost. Let's get it back. We have 5 lives left.
Enemy spotted! Deploying
Aww. That was a good game though. Good attempt of a comeback.
It's over. Everyone head back to base.
You heard them coming from behind. I don't know where he was looking, but we'll keep going. That was a decent game. Teammates almost made the comeback. I was a little surprised. I honestly don't know how they lost the first round. Like, they were much better than the enemy team, in my opinion. I think they just kind of like floundered a little bit. There is actually a cheese for this character's melee abilities, but I didn't want to use it. That's why I just leveled up all the other stuff. Like I said, I'll talk about like the stuff that I think of the character at the end. Like stuff that I've seen other people talk about and stuff that I feel also.
Strikeout.
I'm not bad, just misunderstood.
Oh god, the connection.
Oh, so much more fun!
Objective acquired.
Help!
I'm down! Deploying lethal. Enemy spotted. Enemy spotted!
Dying's easy. Don't take the easy road.
I thought that was an enemy, man. The outlines looked like they were. I thought they were both there and just ignored.
The enemies have 5 reinforcements remaining.
Corner!
Deploying lethal.
Enemies are running low on reinforcements.
Enemy spotted!
Enemy spotted! Better things to do!
Next time, leave me.
Objective lost. Let's get it back. Objective acquired. Defend it.
Enemy spotted!
Enemies have the objective. Get it back.
Dude, get me out of this thing, please.
Dying's easy. Don't take
Fucking
the
keeps
easy
throwing it
road.
on me, man. Oh no, oh no.
Keep letting it up now. Need help. I'm down.
We need to stick a little closer together, man. Fucking we keep like splitting up.
Objective lost. Let's get it back. We only have 5 reinforcements remaining.
the lag, man.
I'm down! Enemy spotted! Enemy spotted!
We have control of the objective. Defend it.
All rogues eliminated. Regroup and try again. Hold your positions.
Deploying lethal!
We've lost the objective. We have control of the objective. Defend it.
Lag, dude.
Stop being like baby!
Maybe you are Jackal material
Reinforcements.
after all,
Crush him.
eh? Connor! You are an embarrassment!
Capture it.
Leave me. Dying's easy. Don't take the easy road.
Enemies have been wiped out.
Maybe you are Jackal material after all.
Man down.
Last round and strong.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Lethal out!
Enemies have control of the objective. Capture it. Objective secured.
Dying's easy. Don't take the easy road. Man down!
Enemy spotted!
No, I didn't mean to do that. I was gonna pick you up, dude. You should have fucking scooted towards me instead of staying near the fucking...
Lethal out.
Music so
Objective secured. Defend it.
Wait.
Need help.
5 lives left. Let's make them count. Lost the objective.
Stay a little closer. Don't push. Just...
Utility out.
music so my ears.
Enemies are low on lives. Process.
Dying's easy. Don't.
Jacko, thank you.
We're out of reinforcements.
On ya.
We've captured the objective. Another contract in
Oh, that's so laggy, dude. Pepsi, I told you to come inside, Pepsi, man. Don't act surprised. What, Pepsi? Miss Cutlet.
Strikeout.
Glad to see you've chosen to win. Heads up! I have a ViVi calendar!
Enemy spotted. Weapons hot.
What is this guy doing?
Objective lost. Let's get it back.
Oh, fuck.
Help me out.
Hey. Enemy spotted!
Down. Move here.
Give me up. Enemies move here.
Enemies have the objective. Get it back.
Hey. Corner! Help!
We have control of the objective. Defend it.
You are an embarrassment!
I'm fine.
Enemies with 5 lives left.
Music
Keep up the
so
pressure.
my ears!
Hey, help me out.
Need a light?
Enemies are running low on reinforcements. Pressure. 5 lives left. Make them count.
Fight, you can't win.
All enemies have been eliminated.
Utility out!
Objective acquired.
Come on, buddy. Check it off.
Jackal thanks you.
lost the objective. They're out of reinforcements. Finish the job.
Enemy spotted. Utility out.
Utility out.
Corner.
Enemy over here.
Reinforcements remain. Objective acquired. Defend it.
Better things to do.
Over here.
Just the few.
Find utility.
Lethal out.
Enemies have been wiped out. Nicely done. Match point. Let's get it.
You're the rudest, tunest cowboy around.
Utility out. Utility.
Team captured the objective.
Lethal out. Corner. Need a light.
Another contract in the bag.
What you waiting for?
Objective acquired.
This Umbra was suspicious. He already mastered the dual boyers? That's nuts. That sounds sounds like he might have cheated to unlock like all the challenges. Like, I don't know. That's a very quick turnaround to unlock, master it, I guess. But I guess it's possible. I don't know. If he's like grinding it out, right? I don't know. It was a little suspicious. But I mean, he was on an awful team. What to do? ViVi, operator, played with, checked out. She's okay. Before we do anything though, let's get some emote action going on. So yeah, ViVi Starter Pack checked out. Again, let's quickly go through the items that you get. Get the instant unlock on ViVi as an operator to use it as you please, which also comes with the default ViVi common outfit. You get the silent Saboteur ViVi rare outfit. And you get the black gold secondary weapon wrap. So yeah, that's the bundle. Not a whole load to it, but gives you the operator quickly, gets you a nice outfit for her also, and I mean, the secondary weapon wrap's a throwaway item. Honestly, it feels like leftover content. But I guess at least something in addition to these two. Usually they do give you a wrap with these starter packs. So yeah, that's the bundle. Definitely this skin, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool skin for any operator. Having it for ViVi, it's cool to have a little almost Scorpion or Sub-Zero themed kind of assassin styled outfit, right? Yeah, it's cool. I like it. Definitely value is there. And I've said this in the beginning, saying this again. Pricing is a little different in India, so it is a little more affordable to buy these starter packs cash-wise. But you do have the option, if you don't want to spend the money, to unlock her as an operator and get this outfit with reputation points or any leftover rogue bucks you have. Obviously, rogue bucks still being cash value, but reputation points could have... I had more than enough reputation to buy these, both the unlock and the skin. Like, I can't remember how much the unlock was, like either 20 or 25,000 a rep. Can't remember. And then this was like 30, right? The reason I don't is like actually because the price is so generous in India, I don't mind paying the cash value and then maybe using my rep for some other stuff, you know, that I could potentially unlock for myself. Or if need be for the battle pass that takes so long to grind out. I do want to talk a little bit about the operator, the ViVi, and give some impressions and thoughts. I played her a little bit. I've watched some videos of other content creators talking about it, and I have some thoughts. Okay, let's start. We'll just go like sequentially. Like we'll start off with the bio, basically her ability and her passive. I actually really like her ability, the stage presence. I'm actually very curious when the ability was actually like thought up, because this is actually very, very similar to a recommendation I made during an X Defiance stream just a little while ago, where I basically suggested exactly this ability. It was pretty much exactly as a buff to... They had nerfed the medical class in X Defiant from the closed beta to the open beta. And my suggestion was doing something similar to this for their stim shot ability, their kind of like passive in X Defiant. And it was actually in relation to a stim shot discussion I had and a suggestion I had during the original like Warzone game. Like basically that stim thing that they did added to Warzone where you stimmed yourself and gave you speed boosts and stuff like that. That was actually initially, I suggested that in one of my streams a long time ago. And then I was suggesting something similar to the healing boost, where you kind of get like a quick boost, instant boost of health, and it provides the same for like the teammates around you. Just a small boost, exactly like this ability. I'm not saying they copied me or anything. Like, I put out these suggestions for like hoping that the developers of any games are listening and like are interested and inspired by the concept. And even if it wasn't, if they, that's why I'm curious to know when exactly this stage presence ability was finalized in this form. Is because maybe they thought of it before me, and great minds think alike, like that. I obviously didn't know anything about ViVi's abilities until she released. I haven't been keeping track of any of the leaks or anything like that. So like I said, I don't know when exactly the stage presence concept and the way it is designed was a thing. But yeah, very similar to a concept I had for X Defiant just a little while ago during their open beta. I suggested it on that stream. So I'm kind of cool. Like, I do like the idea because it represents something that I thought of or similarly thought up, or So I do appreciate the concept. Like I said, even if they thought it up before, great minds think alike. It's like that. Or if they got inspired by my concept, cool. I appreciate the ability. Passive, though, I don't really care for. One, generally when you're sliding, shooting, and all that, it becomes unwieldy. And from what I've seen from other YouTube content creators talking about ViVi, this is a very broken, buggy mess at the moment. Like, there are multiple issues with the slide. One, if you're like sliding and you're shooting sideways, ViVi doesn't look like she's looking at the enemy while she's shooting. So you can't see where she's looking. It's a very janky animation, right? On top of that, also, when she's swinging her melee weapon, there's no melee swing animation while she's sliding. So she can just slide and she'll be swinging her thing and you won't even see her swinging her thing. It just looks like she's power sliding, right? And you'll get hit by like a melee slam. This is all thanks to a different YouTuber who showcased these bugs. I don't know his name, but I didn't discover those bugs. It was a different YouTuber who was showcasing it, and obviously that's a janky mess, right? And also he showcased the fact that when you're sliding, you can shoot, but then there's like the point where you're getting up or something like that, you stop shooting. So there's a cutoff point while in the middle of the slide transition to standing up, shooting, making it a very, it's almost like the slide shooting thing is only to finish off an enemy. If they're very weak, you slide and shoot them and you might be able to quickly down them if you can get the shots off in time. But because of the transition of standing up and stopping you shooting, it becomes very jarring and you're not getting that many shots off while sliding, right? So that's also kind of like not as fluid as it should be. And obviously, like I've talked about this I talked about this during the bonus section. Both the movement speed, the boosted movement speed with her stage presence, and the sliding stuff, it's going to cause a lot of like issues on laggier connections. A lot of people will get annoyed because of like the inconsistencies. I'm actually very curious because I haven't played the game enough to see these things in action on the enemy side, right? Like as an enemy. I'm very curious, how does the enemies, or I would be seeing the enemy, get that stage presence? Is there any visual indicators? Because I hope there is. Because if you can at least see the enemies that are being boosted by that stage presence visually, then you can kind of combat it. But if there's no visual cues or anything other than that, which I'm not sure there is at the moment. I played against one ViVi, enemy ViVi, like a little while ago, and I didn't notice any like visual cues of stage presence. Obviously, as being a part of the opposite team, I don't know when she's like actually activating the stage presence. But if there's no visual clues, not only for her when she's getting the boost, but also the teammates that are getting the boost, that the enemy teammates that are getting the boost, there needs to be very clear visual clues so you know this is what's happening, right? That they're all getting boosted by that, which I don't know if there is that or not. Again, I haven't played enough to criticize it, but if there isn't, there has to be. right? There needs to be some visual clues on the opposing team so they know what's going on when the stage presence being activated. Yeah, definitely curious to see like that on the opposite side. Because the few times I played, I didn't see it, man. And the other thing that's got me worried about a lot of these like boosts, like limited boosts, right? Like the stage presence speed boost or the sliding and all. How is this affecting desync? Because you get this ability pretty quickly, the stage presence pretty quickly, which I do like. I appreciate that you get it so you can activate it and stuff like that. But if it's causing issues on the servers and then causing desync, the faster you get it, right, the more desync that'll be occurring as you activate it again and again and again throughout the match. Could cause some really janky connections in the end, by the end of the games, right? I don't know though. That's more technical stuff that I've not tested. I'm just curious kind of thing. As far as positives go, like I said, this ability concept was very similar to what I was suggesting during the X-Defiant like open beta. So I'm glad to see it. And it's very cool because as a character, you're playing her, you want your team to be as tight-knit together so you can give them the maximum benefits from that ability. The very first game, the warm-up game that I'll crop out, teammates were really spread out. There was the cannon. Like, I was actually kind of excited to have cannon on my team in that first game because I'm like, man, this dude, as long as he just tanks, he's a tank in the front lines, I'm going to hook him up, right, in the match. And it's going to be a deadly combo, me and him. But he ended up going to, like, he started flanking and staying in the far end of the map and all, and he was totally useless. So clearly, like, if you have a full team of flankers or some nonsense, you're going to be, like, the most useless character in the team, like, as a support with your ability, right? You might be able to boost yourself a little bit or the one person near you. But to really get the maximum out of ViVi, the minute you see her as an operator on your team, if she's doing her job right, you should be considering sticking with your team and not flanking as much, because there's going to be a mad power plays that you'll be able to make as a team together, as opposed to you maybe like flanking and getting behind them and slaying out a little bit or something, but not getting any benefits from ViVi as a teammate, right? I do think, okay, anyway, so those are my thoughts behind ability and passive. Passive, I really don't care for it. And based on like the jankiness of like a lot of the issues and all, little disappointing. There's something that I want to talk about the jankiness, but it goes further and deeper. So let's wait. I'll save that for the end of my thoughts. Character model-wise, she's cool. I think she's a pretty cool-looking operator and all, sexy, sex appeal or whatever. And this one's a really cool outfit, like I said. Her voice lines are awful, like can be very annoying. Again, the other YouTuber that I watched, he mentioned this, man, just there's useful information she gives with her voice lines, like when they're flanking, she says they're behind us and all that, right? So that's important information that she utilizes with her voice lines, but she's got a bit of an annoying voice. I guess that's just her character, though. Maybe some option to turn it back is what the other YouTuber suggested, and I'll have to agree, maybe slight volume reduction. But like I said, her lines are useful, like situationally useful, to give you like cues on where the enemies might be or when they're coming from. The dual boy is, okay, I actually like this weapon. It's pretty cool. It's awesome. I'm having fun with it. Again, talked about this in the previous stream during the bonus section, which I've cropped out now. I was questioning, when she aims down sights, right? Why does she use both her guns instead of just using one gun at a time, right? It would make more sense when you aim down sights, you have one gun out. So you'll cut the fire rate by half when you're aiming down sights, but you should be able to stretch the ranges out because of your accuracy and stuff like that, right? Now, what's going on right now is when you hip fire, you have a faster fire rate, but when you're aiming down sights, even though you're using the same guns and you're dual wielding them the same, somehow magically there's some force of nature that slows down the fire rate of these two guns, two like machines basically that should not be affected by a focused fire, right? Yet somehow it's being reduced to fire rate wise. So I was like, man, why didn't they just? It was such an obvious answer. Like, why not just when she's aiming down sight, she uses one gun. When the ammo runs out, she immediately switches to the other gun. So it's almost like you're switching shoulders, you know, switching from one gun to the other. So you have this immediate reload. And then when that ammo runs out, then you can reload both or something like that or whatever, right? Like the slow reload. And then it hit me why that's happening. It's because they've not coded these as two different guns. They've coded this as a single gun, but animated it as two separate guns. Like even like the ammunition and all, it's a shared ammunition. It's not like she's shooting one gun and so the ammo's out on this, and then she's shooting the other gun, then the ammo's out on this. That's why also like a lot of games, when they're dual wielding it, you use both triggers to shoot. You use one trigger for one side and one trigger for the other side. The reason they've not done that is because this is coded as a single gun, is my guess. And that's also the same reason why you can't do it, because if you're shooting one gun when you were aiming down sights, you need to code the ammo pool for a single gun, and then the ammo pool for a single gun, and you'd need the animations for reloading this gun. Say you stop after shooting one gun, and you just want to reload. Only this gun needs to be reloaded, not this one, right? So there's things like that that would need to be implemented. And they clearly decided to cut corners as far as the development of the dual wielding weapon by designing it as a single weapon and having these kind of like visually looks like a dual wielding weapon, but really it isn't. And that's again kind of driving back to like it's not lazy development, it's just ways of cutting corners in development because they didn't want to go the extra mile, you know, and code two separate dual wielding weapons. Like, I don't even mind the fact that like when you're hip firing, you only need to pull one trigger. You don't need to pull both triggers to thing. But it definitely confused me when you were aiming down sights. Why wouldn't you just be using one gun to aim down sights and then switch and all? And then it hit me. I'm like, oh, it's because it's a shared ammo pool and these guns are coded as a single gun. The minute you have alternating weapons and you need to like code in this separate ammo pool, then you have to also add animations for it. Now, this is not an excuse for why they did that. It's more of like a disappointment why they didn't do that on my side of it. It's like, man, this character has been in development for a long time. Both those corners really needed to be cut to be... I mean, if she was released really quickly and developed really quickly, then you're like, oh yeah, but she's been in development for a long time as far as I know. So that is a bit of a disappointment that they decided to cut the corners and just... It's not a dual wielding weapon. It just isn't. It's just a single weapon that looks like it. Again, baseball bat, melee weapon. Like, this character's been in development for so freaking long. What would it have been to just give her bring a new melee weapon into the like loot pool, like for those completionists to grind, like, and it could have just been the guitar. It could have just been the guitar as her melee weapon, and it would have been cool. It'd been something new. Like, I criticize Treyarch, like the COD developers for like Cold War and all. I criticize them because they would dump in melee weapons every season, sometimes 2 melee weapons every season. And they would only do small tweaks to like the differences between the melee weapons, right? And I'm like, dude, why are you doing this? This is so unnecessarily, like some of the differences between one melee weapon and the other melee weapon is so minute that it doesn't merit a whole separate melee weapon, right? But it gave me something to do. Like I ground out all those melee weapons, the camo challenges, and leveled them up and earned whatever needed to be earning. And then I see this situation here where it's an easy slam dunk new melee weapon that could have just been very quickly turned around with minor adjustments. Like I would have maybe made it similar to the sledgehammer, but weaker, with maybe maybe a faster swing than the sledgehammer, but not as strong, right? And that's it. And it looks like a guitar. And now you've got a new melee weapon with tons of camos and something for people to grind out and master so they can use it with their other weapons and stuff like that. It wouldn't have been too much, right? And it's missing. So again, just another one of those things that like a cut corner for an operator that's been in development for a very long time. Now, I'm not good enough in this game to like break down perks hardcore for you, so I'm not going to. I would definitely recommend checking out the other content creators more. I'm gonna actually look up this guy's name, 1 minute. The YouTuber that I'm referencing, because he deserves credit for his video and breakdown of ViVi. 1 minute. I mean, generally, I like her perk loadout. I do think, for the most part, it's nice to have a cool supporting character that's not super broken OP. Like sometimes I feel Saint and Dahlia can sometimes come off as super broken, right? Because they can revive so quickly. Whereas even when you've maxed out her helping hand and lifeline, it's a quick revive, but there is opportune for enemies to push and stuff like that. God, I'm gonna have to find this guy's video. I just watched it yesterday. Okay, it's Donnie. It's like Donnie. I think that's his name, the video I was watching. He does the My Honest Opinion on ViVi or whatever. Is the video that I watched. I haven't seen his other videos, but that one was a pretty good one where he broke down a lot of the like graphical and like, you know, mechanical bugs that have come about with his slides, talked about the perks and all. Like there's like some, like I think the Berserker perk and the Nimble Hands, they kind of clash with each other, which I agree with him when he said that. I think he's the one who said that. Like, you're always going to go for the Nimble Hands, I suspect, is the better choice. Because it's a much better and more OP thing and not that much more expensive. So something else could have been given instead of Berserker, as opposed to that. And then I think Stalker was also like questionable because of her dual Boyer stuff, but I mean, I guess if you're not using her dual Boyers, it's useful. Yeah, I would definitely recommend checking out his video. Like he showcases also the bugginess on the slide stuff and all, which I can't do. I wouldn't bother. Mastery stuff is the mastery stuff. I've made my point that this skilled outfit should come before like probably somewhere here, like between 4 and 5 it should come, and then these move up, and then the mastery one comes at the end. It always blows my mind that they did the skilled one so late, and then you immediately get the mastery one. It just makes no sense. So that's that. But that's not necessarily to do with ViVi. So my main issues with her as an operator isn't her or her abilities. It's the cut corners. It feels like a lot of the corners, I don't even know if it was cut corners. It's just they took the easy routes too much with this operator, right? Instead of giving a high polished, high end product, finished product for the operator, she feels like this kind of like low budget, quick and dirty, developed character, right? Again, sliding issues and animation issues and stuff like that. The dual boyers realistically not being dual weapons, they're just a single gun, the way they're coded in, is my guess. Which, again, it's like, dude, why? Here, you've actually, like, kind of hyped up these dual SMGs, and nothing about it, the way it plays, actually is dual wielding, other than the animation and what's in her hand. It would have brought different like tactics, you know, like if they were really dual wielding. And I'm not saying that I'm right about the aim down sights and all, right? But there are other ways of handling the dual wielding that also apply. Like if you're always hip firing, right? Maybe it can be an always hip fire dual wielding, but then you want to have both triggers. One shoots one shoots the other. Like just for example, on a dual wielding, just different way of playing the game, right? There was a shotgun in Vanguard. It was the double barrel shotgun, and whenever you dual wield them, right? What made sense, the most sense to utilize it, wasn't to shoot both guns at the same time. It was you'd shoot one gun, and while he's reloading the one gun, then you have the other gun to shoot. So you can potentially keep shooting like back and forth, like tut tut tut, and then reload this, and then shoot this. So there are alternate ways of handling the dual wielding gun that's legitimately dual wielding. Or they could have done what they're doing here, where like, you know, by aiming down sights, you're cutting the fire rate down, but have a practical reason for it, where she's only using one gun, and then she'll alternate immediately to the other one, right? I mean, even like something as interesting as like the animations could have been like the shoulder side that you're playing on, like, you know how you flip shoulders when you're going around corners and stuff like that? That prioritize which side gun will come up first when you aim down sights. Just something as simple of like that kind of animation, those kind of small attention to details, right? So if your left shoulder's thing, maybe the left gun comes up, or if you're right shouldering it, the right gun comes up first, right? And then when you're done with that, you auto shoulder swap to get the left gun up immediately, right? And you can kind of play off that, getting behind covers and all. But again, that revolves around coding the guns as separate stuff. Again, I didn't do the testing for the sliding stuff, but the sliding stuff is kind of leans further into the idea that they kind of rush jobbed skimped on a lot of the coding for the characters, animations and stuff. How is there no swinging animation for a melee while she's sliding, right? Honestly, the slide is awful. Like, the slide concept is awful in my opinion. It is useless. It is so useless in my opinion, the way it's implemented right now. Like I said, it's so very situationally small a scenario because you can only like the best opportunity to use the slide is pushing to get that final shot off when they're on low health. You know, you slide quickly and you'll get that final shot off. Because the way it's coded in is like you're sliding and abruptly stopping shooting. There's no flow between the slide and the thing. If you watch this, that Idoni's video, I think she only shoots like 15 bullets or something between the slide before it cuts you off on the slide or something. It's a very minimal amount. Like you're definitely not taking down nobody full health with a slide thing like that unless you get very lucky, right? I mean, I don't even know if that's possible. Maybe you can. I don't know. Is 15 bullets enough? I presume it is, but you need to hit all your shots or something. But still, like, I can definitely see, like, if the slide went into a smooth transition of standing up and you can still keep firing between. I also believe, like, according to Idoni's video, while sliding, you can't reload. So if you try to slide out of a fight because you run out of ammo, which will happen often with the dual boyers, you can't reload while sliding, nor can you reload even if you've got this perk equipped. The sprinting perk, the berserker perk, apparently you still can't reload while sliding. So both scenarios, you're not allowed to reload for sure. And even when you have the perk that allows you to sprint while reloading, you can't reload while sliding, which would be huge. Actually, that would be a very useful use of the slide. To get out of a fight quickly, you slide out of the way while reloading, and then you can get back into the fight quickly because, you know, you did that move. That would be useful. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on ViVi, like initial impressions. Again, overall, I actually am enjoying her as a character. And like I said, the ability, that little health ability, I don't care who thought it up first. Whether it was me or they did, I don't care. I actually enjoy the concept. And I hope to actually see it done in X Defiant. I mean, it'd be cool if they did actually take the idea off me. I wouldn't mind it at all. Like, I've been suggesting to Rogue Company for a long time to do bundles for tier skips, like tier bundle skips for the like thing, which they've not bothered listening to me. But from what I've heard, Call of Duty is doing tier bundle skips, or like playing with the idea of implementing a bundle option for tier skips, you know, like multi-tier skip bundles, like 5, 10, 20 tier skips. That was my idea that I've been trying to suggest to Rogue Company for a long time. Because there's so often that I'll grind out this game and I'll get to like the near end of the battle pass and I'll be like, dude, I don't want to grind out the final 5 tiers or something. I don't have enough time. So, you know, it'd be nice to get a little discount on those final 5 tiers if I need to buy them. So yeah, my suggestions, whoever takes them, I'm happy. And if they didn't take it and they had the idea first, you know, great minds think alike, like I said. So yeah, overall, like I said, cool to have her as a new operator. Dual boys are fun as a new weapon. And yeah, it's not a... I'm being, like, my thoughts and all are coming off more negative, but it's just more of criticism because the criticism needs to be mentioned. But like I said, overall, I'm actually enjoying her as an operator and I like it. I'm enjoying it for the most part. It just would have been nicer to see, like, you know, I talk about this a lot about Infinity Ward, like a lot of the stuff and all, like, feels like they don't care anymore, right? It's uninspired stuff and all. So they kind of just throw whatever needs to be thrown together. This has that same feeling where it's like they needed to get an operator, so they threw this together, and you know, it's not high polish, you know, with the love and care like that you would expect from it. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. The biggest surprise is the reason I'm I feel like the most disappointed about this, like I feel like, man, how did this happen, right? To this level, is the timeline. The timeline of how long it took to get this operator into the game. You'd have expected those higher end polish aspects to the character to be already sorted out. To see it not, it's like, man, what were they doing? What were they doing for so long with this character? That some of these stuff are still issues on their release, you know? Anyway, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my old streams if you haven't already. Like I said, she's a cool character. I recommend you guys give her a go, regardless of technical issues that, you know, whatever. Take care. Have fun. Bye. And I will be doing bonus sections, so give me a second. Yeah, she's a cool operator. She looks cool, and the new guns are fun, like I said. And the ability, great minds think alike. I suggested it. I'm taking credit for the ability.